Egypt contains many of man's historical achievements and the fascinating monuments of artwork that stands to tell the tale for future generations. Egyptian culture was heavily based on the polytheistic system, a belief that there are many gods to worship in different situations. The Egyptian life was mainly surrounding what the pharaohs, half god, half human, had to say. Their polytheistic beliefs are what made up Egyptian society. Egyptians lived the majority of their life in preparation for the afterlife. The Egyptian view was that their soul will continue after their body, as the soul is eternal. However, they believed that not everyone can be granted access to the afterlife, as it depended on how they lived their life. The Egyptians compared this to weighing the heart against a feather. Because the good deeds throughout your life is considered a light heart, then you'd be granted a heavenly afterlife. King Tut ruled Egypt as the 12th ruler of the 18th Egyptian dynasty. He took the throne at the young age of 9 after his father, Pharaoh Akhenaten, passed away. His rule was most notable for his reversal of previous religious reforms his father had instated. King Tut had reinstated the previous religion system that was in favor of worshipping Amun, the creator god, as a single god of worship. He had restored Thebes, the capital of Egypt during this time, as a religious center of the god Amun. Due to illness, King Tut passed away in sometime around 1323 BC at the age of 19 and was buried in the tomb located in the Valley of the Kings in modern-day Luxor. Despite his reversal of worship anthem in favor of worshipping Amun, King Tut was ignored by his successors. He remained an insignificant part of history until his tomb was discovered on the 4th of November 1922 by Howard Carter, due to the large amount of quality artifacts found within the tomb. Historians had previously believed that King Tut was assassinated, but was actually part of the mummification process. A CT scan done in 1995 of the mummified body showed that King Tut had suffered from a crippling bone disease in his left foot. This is shown as the pharaoh is only depicted in a seated position when activities such as archery were taking place. His demise came about due to the infected foot, a broken foot, and multiple malaria infections. He suffered from many issues due to the genetics of his parents who were siblings. Today we're still trying to preserve the tomb as best as possible. To conserve the vibrant colors on the walls, they have installed a new air system that filters the air and ventilates the tomb. The tomb was looted in ancient times, but a lot of objects remained. There were multiple rooms, and some of the objects found including life-size figures, golden beds, alabaster cups, chariots, and richly decorated throne. The tomb of Tutankhamun is located in the Valley of Kings on the west bank of Thebes. The Theban Peak is a natural pyramid-shaped rock which overlooks the Valley of the Kings, which contributes to the reason why this area was chosen as the royal necropolis. The burial chamber of Tutankhamun, the grandest room within the entire tomb, and perhaps most famous artwork are the walls paintings of Tutankhamun in various representations. Each wall of the tomb had specific themes. The ancient Egyptians used art to idealize the person who was being portrayed. Therefore, King Tutankhamun's paintings conveyed a happy lifestyle, and all the walls were colored in gold. Another aspect of the tomb that was given more insight into Egyptian history is that most of the items in the tomb were not for the deceased pharaoh, but rather they were for Nefertiti, Tutankhamun's father's wife. Archaeologists claim that 80% of the funerary equipment in Tutankhamun's tomb was intended for Nefertiti. This includes pieces of jewelry, chests, the middle of the coffin, and even the most famous golden mask. The mask of Tutankhamun was made of solid gold and weighed 25 pounds, crafted of multiple pieces using the chasing technique. The eyes are sharp and animated, fashioned out of pale quartz. His pupils, made of black obsidian with inlays of lapis lazuli, outline the eyebrows and the eyes. The chin bears a long plaited beard which juts out and curves up to the end. The beard was considered a divine attribute, indicating the pharaoh's godlike nature. Gold was the mythical flesh of the shining sun god Ra. At the top of the mask, there's a vulture and a cobra as a symbol of Upper and Lower Egypt. The back of the mask has a spell to protect Tutankhamun from evil spirits in the afterlife. As the sun sets in the west, we can see an image of the western wall that is within his tomb. The western wall of Tutankhamun's tomb is covered with 12 baboons that represent the 12 hours throughout the night which Tutankhamun must pass through before getting to the afterlife. The baboon is one of the deities in ancient Egyptian culture. They're known as Babi. It is the god of the underworld. Translated as bull of baboons, as the ancient Egyptians was considered the Babi, the god of virility of the dead. He was usually portrayed with an erection due to the association with the judging of the souls who passes through his domain. The ancient Egyptians used pigments and colors in their artwork to symbolize different parts of the life. The Babi signifies the afterlife and the rebirth of Tutankhamun as he joins his ancestors. The yellow-gold background is believed to mean eternal and imperishable and references unity with the gods. We can relate to the ancient Egyptians to modern-day society, as we still marvel at the ancient architecture they have left behind for us, like the pyramids of Giza. We also take the origins of the modern-day alphabet from the Egyptians, as they had 24 characters, to represent syllables that begin with a single consonant for their language. We can also see the technology which benefited from as they created things such as the sickle for farming and irrigation of water through canals to harness the yearly floods of the Nile River.